Yesterday I started installing a short shifter in my car, and as you can see here, I pretty much had to take out the entire center console, which wasn't too difficult. This right here is the stock shifter. It's pretty basic. This over here is the aftermarket short shifter. It doesn't look too much different, besides the fact that it's straight instead of bent, but supposedly it's supposed to make a big difference in the feel of shifting, so we'll find out soon enough. Alright, this is the gearbox all taken apart. I have to modify this thing appropriately so that the new shifter will fit properly, which means I have to pretty much cut out this whole section right here with a saw, which is not something I'm going to do on camera because I could cut myself and it would be very embarrassing. Alright, you're also supposed to remove part of this section, so I cut it once here, once down this side, and then once across this tab. So now I'm hoping that the piece of plastic will yield to my superior muscle power when I try to break it off. Well, with a lot of effort and a lot of luck, I managed to get it off. Now for the next part, you're supposed to remove the tab that's in the center here. That's kind of hard to get out with the saw, so I'm just going to go ahead and remove the whole section like I did in the last step. Alright, this is what it should look like after it's done. All I have to do now is take the rubber bushings off and put the aluminum bushings on that came with the kit, and then I can install the gearbox back into the car. Removing the bushings is pretty simple. All you got to do is take a flathead screwdriver and push the metal part until it pops out, and then you can pull the rubber bushings off. Now just take the 4 aluminum bushings and place them over top of the bolts that hold the gearbox in. Simple enough. Now the last major step is to put grease on the main ball, the side arm, and the end. I had to stop putting grease on my hair so I could have enough grease for this project. Then all you got to do is put all the stock parts back on. The stock parts that were on the original shifter. And once you do that, without making too much of a mess, you put it back in and you're done. One more thing I wanted to add: if you want neutral to be straight up, the best way to do that is just take a level and put it on top of the shift knob, and if it's right in the center, and it is, then this one is already good to go. But once you get it the way you want it, then you just reattach the clips, and then you're set. Alright, I finished putting everything back together, but it turns out I made some mistakes. The first one is this ring, which came from right here, is supposed to go in the same area on the new shifter. So somehow I have to manage to get this on without taking everything apart again. My second problem is that when I try to put the car in reverse, it doesn't completely engage. It gets caught up on this corner right here. So I'm going to have to try to cut that out with my saw from here, hopefully without having to take everything apart again. What you want to do is, before you bolt your gearbox down and put the center console back in, you might want to make sure that you can that all the gears engage before you put everything back together.